Welcome to my channel. So good to have you today. Today I want to talk to you about a message with the title, Have You Identified Your Thorn? And with a subtitle, Are You Pleasing the Lord even though you have a thorn? Thorns in life represent various persistent struggles, anxieties, and painful circumstances, such as chronic illness, financial strain, broken relationships, or emotional burdens that, while often seemingly impossible to remove, are meant to foster humility, spiritual growth, and reliance on divine strength. These, referred to as thorns in the flesh, can also include the distracting cares of this world that choke out personal spiritual development. Here are the different types of thorns in life. There are physical thorns, such as chronic pain, sicknesses, cancer, diabetes, physical disabilities, or the loss of limbs. There are emotional and mental thorns, such as depression, anxiety, fear, and deep-seated insecurities. Relationship thorn, difficult people, broken marriages, strained family ties, or as some say, specific individuals who are thorns in one's side. Financial and situational thorns, such as debt, job loss, poverty, or the constant pressure of bills. Spiritual thorns, these are often described as distractions, including the deceitfulness of riches and the cares of this world that hinder spiritual growth and peace. In 2 Corinthians 12, 7 through to 10 states, Unless I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. For this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. And he said unto me, My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly therefore will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Paul went through so many things. He was beaten, imprisoned, shipwrecked, among other things. But he still carried on with his life, mission, or assignment for the Lord. These trials, while painful, are described as serving a purpose by strengthening individuals through their weaknesses and preventing pride. The thorn helps us to stay in surrendered righteousness. If our thorn is not making us stay humble before God, then we are in trouble. In Matthew 26:39, and he went a little farther and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. Luke 22, verse 4. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground. Jesus not only had to wear a crown of thorn on his head, but carried the thorn of humanity. It wasn't really about the physical cross that was heavy, but the weight of sin he had to die for. Some might view a thorn as a curse, but it can be a blessing in disguise. The thorn helps us to stay in surrendered righteousness. If God didn't allow the thorn, we wouldn't know or get to know him the way that we do. Without the thorn, we wouldn't know what he can do with us, in us, and through us. Sometimes refusal of the thorn or to work with the thorn can affect someone's next or cause one to stay longer in the wilderness. Even roses have thorns, no matter how beautiful of a flower it may be. Our thorn must make us aware that we must die daily and take up our cross and follow Jesus. The one who wore a crown of thorns, but said it was finished. Sometimes we might not recognize our thorn, and God can speak through someone to point it out to us. It is not for us to get bitter, but better. We can't rely on the flesh because it has a thorn. We must rely on the Spirit of God to lead, guide, and direct. We need to ask God for his wisdom to navigate life with the thorn. It is important not to focus on the thorn, but the reason or purpose for it. There is no testimony without a test, and it is the thorn that will and should keep us before him. Our thorn might differ, but the end result must be God getting the glory from it. May we rely on God's grace to be or continue to be humble with our thorn. God bless you. Thanks for listening.